My dear friends and colleagues, welcome to this year's virtual National Conference on Education.
And with that, the first ever all-virtual National Conference on Education got underway. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second installment of the Conference Daily online video report. In his welcoming remarks, AASA Executive Director Dan Domenech noted the unprecedented demands placed on school system leaders during this public health crisis. Let's listen.
We are proud of the work that you and your staffs have done to ensure that throughout this ordeal, your children have been fed and that you have placed the safety and welfare of your students and staff above everything else. There's a new administration in Washington, and early on, we began collaborating with the transition team to ensure that we would have a seat at the table and provide valuable input to the president's plan to reopen schools.
Shortly following Dan's remarks, we had the naming of the 2021 National Superintendent of the Year. It's Michelle Reed, Superintendent of Washington's North Shore School District.
To all my colleagues in Washington State and around the country, we would not have made it through this past year if it were not for our ability to lean into one another. And together, we're such a strong community. I also want to share that, as I've shared with our students, staff, and families, we have more days of remote learning behind us than we have ahead of us. We are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we must remember as leaders to be the light in the tunnel.
Meanwhile, the recipients of the 2021 Dr. Effie H. Jones Humanitarian Award were honored. This award recognizes education leaders committed to the advancement and mentorship of women and minorities, and/or addressing social justice issues among children and adults in schools.
Well, it's very humbling to receive this award and to be recognized for the work with We Lead. I started We Lead several years ago with just the goal to help a few women in educational leadership, and it's grown across the country and it's reached hundreds of people. So to have that hard work recognized is I'm very honored.
This recognition is more about, I think, our community and our school district and the direction that we're going, and it's humbling that Richland 2 is being identified and recognized for the work that we're doing, particularly in our humanitarian efforts to ensure that our students are all receiving equitable educational opportunities.
This is the kind of honor that brings a highlight to the important work of mentoring minorities into leadership positions. In combination with this, we need to bring out the need for work on equity and diversity in all of our school districts.
We also heard from Arizona's Christy Wilson, the president of AASA and the superintendent of the Buckeye Elementary School District. She talked about a new school soon to open in her community, the John S. McCain Elementary School.
Today's learners must see the world through different perspectives, using different skill sets and employing different strategies to resolve different kinds of problems. And to do this, students must develop both human cognitive skills and computational thinking abilities. They must leverage these tools, such as coding or algebraic thinking, to attack relevant challenges, but also must understand the world, the context of the challenge, and how to successfully collaborate with others.
During the first keynote session of the conference, Dan had a chance to speak with Priscilla Chan of the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative.
We've all been dealing with this pandemic situation all year, and our children in particular. And as we begin to emerge into a post-pandemic period, share with us, if you would, your long-term strategic vision for reinventing public education.
Yeah, so I think what the pandemic has made increasingly obvious to all of you guys as educators and for us at CZI is that teaching and learning doesn't occur in a vacuum. There are so many factors that go into a child reaching their full potential. We know that adult mentors believing in a child play a critical role in maintaining a child's well-being, social, emotional, and physical needs. And that's where we want to make our contribution.
A final comment after this.
I am simply delighted to see so many of my colleagues here at the National Conference on Education. It's been a very tough year, and we've made it so far. Still several months to go, but I know it'll be a successful school year despite the challenges. During this conference, we have an opportunity to network as usual, but also to learn more from our colleagues about how they've survived and how they've thrived, and also the next steps in this journey. So we invite you to take advantage of the many offerings, the opportunities to network, and the opportunities to share what we've all experienced. This is a crucial year for us, and more important than ever, it's our opportunity to learn from each other. Thanks for attending. I look forward to connecting with each of you.
Finally, congratulations to Sherry Cammey, Theron Schutte, and Rodney Shotwell. These outstanding superintendents are candidates for AASA's next president-elect. The voting deadline for AASA members is March 12th. And don't forget to access AASA's Conference Daily online to catch up on all the latest news around the conference. Thank you for tuning in. Be well, stay safe.